Yeah, it's been, for me, behind the wheel, it's really hard to tell, what changes there are when you're out there by yourself. I think, the changes will probably become more apparent, hopefully, when we get to, say Atlanta or get to some of the tracks that, that the changes are going to become important at. So out there making laps is so hard to tell. So I think until we get in those situations and kind of get some races under our belt as not only an organization but as a as a manufacturer as a whole, to see exactly how we stack up, I think it'll be tough to say until then. I don't think so. I mean, I think it. I listened to Aric and his answer a second ago, and y'all asked him about it, and frankly, I can't see the outside of the car from the inside. So, at the end of the day, is it going to make me go any faster? No, probably not. Do I think it looks better? Yes, I do. Is it my favorite number? Yes, it is. Has it always been my favorite number? Yes, it has been. So, all those things are great. I'm very lucky and honored to carry the number that I've carried for a number of years before this year. So it's like getting back home to me from that sense. But no, I don't think it's gonna make me go any faster or slower. So I wish it did make us go faster. I'd love that, but unfortunately, numbers don't. Frankly, I think our preparation over the past 2 years has been really, really good. I believe in the process of how we do things in our team and what was the 24 team and now the 9 team. I think Alan has done a great job of building a consistent, week by week approach to the races and how we prepare on Tuesdays, to how we debrief after races, putting the amount of effort that needs to go into certain areas to improve performance. And I think that, for us, it's not really things I can share with you guys, but when we have had issues or we have had weak points, when we have gone to work on those points, we've made them better. Yeah, it's a great experience. As a longtime Georgia fan, haven't had a ton to cheer for since probably early 2000s. So a few high spots here and there, but I think that's something that's great about being loyal to a team. You're not always gonna have your day, as Corey Smith says in his song, but I think that you stick with them long enough and you trust in the process that they're doing, and it makes you proud to be a fan when they do have their day, and I believe they will sometimes. So I'm excited to keep watching, and it's not going to run me off from pulling for them again next year.
It's a Goodyear tire test, so trying to figure out what tire we need to bring back here in the spring, and to be able to put on the best show possible. So really felt like both races here last year for repave were pretty good and really competitive, and hopefully we can maybe find a tire that'll get that second groove coming in a little bit earlier, especially in turns 1 and 2, and help the racing a bit. But so far so good. It's been going well. I've had a lot less days off. It's been a lot less of an off season than I anticipated. We've been really busy doing a lot of things, but it's been a lot of fun as well. So just celebrating the championship and getting to visit a lot of different places and hear from and talk to a lot of different people. It's been a lot of fun. So got a busy week this week, and then I've got a little bit of time off towards the end of the month to do some vacationing. So I'm looking forward to that. But it's been a lot of fun so far. It's not really about what each of us likes more than the other. It's more about, finding some sort of comfort for everybody, and also something that we feel like can put better racing on. That's really what we try to focus on with this. It's not like you don't want to pick the tire that's just the fastest or just feels the best. You want to have something that's somewhat consistent. Something I feel like we always look for something that we can move around on the track a little bit more than normal, and something that has a little bit more fall off in speed as the run goes on. So those are the things I'm looking for, and we just try to relay the information to Goodyear, and they ultimately pick what they think the best one is.
Yeah, so switching teams, that's been really exciting. I've really enjoyed my last 6 years at RPM, but anytime change is introduced, it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting, and it kind of breaks the monotony. For the last 6 years over the off season, there hasn't been a lot to do. My seats and all of that have stayed the same. A lot of my guys on my team have stayed the same. So the off season's been pretty mellow and relaxed and sort of routine. And so this year has been completely the opposite. New seats, new team, new cars, new people, new names to learn, new faces to learn. So I've been at the shop a lot and just really enthused, really excited about getting to know everybody at Stewart-Haas Racing. There's quite a few people there that I actually know from when I was back at DEI 10 years ago. So that part's been fun to sort of rekindle those relationships that I've had in the past. But just to go there and see the operation, just when you drive up to the complex, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so big, so massive. They have so many resources at their fingertips inside their race car shop, and it's very apparent when you walk into the building and you see all the trophies in their trophy case and their championship trophies. It's very evident why. Just the attention to detail, the amount of people that are all pulling in the same direction. It's incredible to see firsthand. So knowing that I've had to race against that for the last 6 years has been disheartening, but I'm glad to be a part of it finally, and excited about 2018 and the opportunity in front of me to go out and perform at a high level.
So I enjoy this place, whether it's racetrack or the area around it. I just like coming here. So I think we've been getting better and better every time we come back here. It's just a matter of trying to get to a point where we can, win a race here. But just something about it I've always enjoyed, and whether it was the old pavement or the repave, I feel like that's been pretty good for us. So it's just a matter of kind of fine tuning and getting that little bit better. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know it was a pizza party. I was just going to go up there during lunch. I think it's really cool that fans come out for test sessions. They go out of their way during the week, when most of them are working, whether they take off work or calling sick or whatever, and come watch us for a couple hours. That's really cool. And I noticed there was a lot of people here today. So I said I was just going to go hang out up there during lunch tomorrow and meet some folks or sign autographs or whatever they wanted, and just try to show some appreciation. But and then Eddie told me that there's going to be pizza there, so that's good. It works out for everybody. I get to eat pizza, and the fans do too. So that'll be cool. I'm hoping we get a good amount of people there, and hopefully have a good time watching us, and then being able to hang out for about 45 minutes or so. Yeah, it's been good. We have 2 or 3 new members of our team. We mostly kept the same core group, which was good. There was only a couple members that stayed at the Wood Brothers who've been there for a long time that we acquired when we went to the 21 car a few years ago. And I'm excited. A couple of them have already been a part of Team Penske, where we moved them up from the Xfinity side, or they were working in the shop and they came, or we have a mechanic who has come from another team. So I think they're all working well together in our first test. Granted, it's not. It's a Goodyear test, so you're not doing huge changes on the cars, so it's kind of hard to tell how they'll work together. But everyone knows each other really well, and that's really all I can ask for is they'll get along and communicate well. And it seems like that's going in the right direction so far. Yeah, you're always gearing up for Daytona. Start of the year and it being the biggest race, you're anticipating a lot. You're anticipating to go down there and try to win the race and get your year started off on the right foot. And we were close last year to doing it. We had a good shot at it, and hopefully we can have a little bit better run this year.
Yeah, we all know there's a big transition going on in our sport, and we've got some of the big ones here with Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney and Aric, and it's just having been around this sport for a long time. There was a time when we didn't know how we were going to survive the pending departure of Richard Petty and David Pearson and Bobby Allison and drivers of that nature. I mean, we truly thought that the sport might come to a crashing halt in 1992, which was Richard's last year. And what happened is Jeff Gordon comes along. In fact, his very first Cup race was Richard's very final Cup race. And others like Jeff, of course, Jimmy and so forth through the years. And that's what we're seeing here is just a bit more magnified because it seems to have all happened in a couple, 2 or 3 seasons. But there's so much talent, such great personalities that these guys have that I think the fans are going to quickly identify with them. So I'm excited about it. To me, it's a brand new lease on life, and can't wait to get things started at Daytona. But glad that the 2018 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series season starts at Texas Motor Speedway here today. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's historic. I know back in the 60s, Tony Lund ran a Camaro in NASCAR a little bit, but it's been a long time. So I think it's great. It'd be really special to see the other manufacturers use their similar cars, their like cars, their comparable cars. But I think the fans can identify with it, and I think it really looks a lot like the street Camaro. We've got a couple street Camaros sitting out front just so you can see them to do a little comparison if you're interested. But I think that's going to be one of the things that's going to light up the fans once they see it on the racetrack. So it's a good job by Chevrolet this year.